Well, guess what? I think I have figured this out. So we're going to start with our first voiceover with a new microphone. We're going to be running through our first level test 3 practice. This was actually done on February 25th, so it was a couple of weeks ago. We had nice weather, the arena was nice and dry. Here my trainer is reading through the test. This is the second time that we had ridden through the test. So here we are, track left at C. Now we have to do the lengthening from HXF. You see here we're starting to get a little bit of lengthening. He's reaching under himself really well. Then we come back to working trot at F. Then we come over to K. And at K, we're doing a leg yield right, which is kind of hard to see because of the angle of the camera. And then we have to now go to X and then go back to the right, leg yield left, which you can see we're having some issues with, so we're working on that right now, getting them off my right leg. Then we go ahead and do stretchy trot here at C. You can see him reach down quite nicely, stepping under himself. His back's nice and loose. He's got some good swing. And then we're going to continue ahead with the test. So we're going to go do a 10-meter circle at, I believe it's R. It's the first letter on that side after M. So we do a 10-meter circle here at working trot. And then after this we're going to go to B and we're going to turn, it's not tracked, we're actually going to be turning right. So we're going to be going directly across the center of the track. Unfortunately he decides to stop and relieve himself, so we had to cut that out. So then we went back around and we came back to our turn right at B because we can't have that. So we came right. So now we're going to halt at X. Comes a little bit against me because this is something new we just started doing. So then we're going to continue on. He thinks he knows the test. He thinks I'm an idiot. So then we're going to turn left. Now we're going to do a 10-meter circle at, I think it's V. So it's anyway one of those letters. This is a little big. Actually it's pretty close. So then we're going to come across to C, and then we're going to go into a walk, a medium walk at C. So I'm just trying to make sure that he stays under himself, driving from the hind and not falling. So we get a nice walk there, and then so I'm trying to keep him forward so he doesn't fall on me or fall asleep. Now we're going to do FXK or FXS, whichever one it is, the diagonal with the stretch walk. You can see here he's reaching under himself pretty well. That's about the biggest walk we're going to get. We don't have a big warm blood, so we're not going to have a big swinging over track. For an Arab, this is actually a pretty decent walk, so I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, I think it's up to S. And then we're going to go ahead and pick him back up. We're going to go ahead and do a medium walk to H, and at H we're going to trot. We're a little early. There we go. We're going to trot at H, and at C we're supposed to do a right lead canter and go immediately into the 15-meter circle. As you can see, oopsies, I forgot about that part and went into the extension. So then I have to go back around because, you know, we like the medium canter. Obviously that's fun. So then we're like, oh bummer, now we got to go all the way back and get ready for the circle at C, which is it's fairly difficult. You pick up the canter and go immediately into a 15-meter circle, so you have to go to the quarter lines and stay within the quarter lines. So we come back up, we do our nice canter depart. Our arena is wider than a dressage court, so our geometry is going to be a little bit off when we're riding in this arena. So we're trying to stay within imaginary quarter lines. Now we're going to go to our medium canter from M to R or M to P, whichever one it is. So we're going to be driving forward, and then we come around, and we're going to do our loop on the right lead canter. So we're going to loop to X, so from KX and H, so we're maintaining the right lead through the loop. You can see he does pretty good. We come back around. Of course, our arena is shorter than a dressage court, so again, the geometry is slightly off. Then we come around to M and X, so we're going to change the lead across to X at a trot. So now we're going to pick up our left lead, and we're going to go back around to do the medium canter. Oops, excuse me, I almost forgot. We have a 15-meter circle here. The footing is a little off there where the mounting block is, so I went a little bit too far out, so it's actually more of an egg rather than a circle. Again, it's just geometry. So here we go with our extended from F to M or F to P. So we extend in the canter up to M, come back to working canter, and then we're going to do our loop maintaining the left lead through the loop. And try to avoid the dog, don't want to hit the dog. And then this one was kind of hard for me when we first started doing it because I wasn't steering as much. I was trying to drive with my leg. Here we're actually supposed to go back to trot before F. And you can see I blew it, so I had to come back around. It's only like the first or second time we rode through the test, so it was a really good learning opportunity riding through the test and then seeing where I needed to work on various things. And you can see here I'm discussing with my trainer what I was supposed to do and where I was supposed to do it. So now I'm going to go back up and I'm going to do my loop again because she wanted me to use more rein to ride him through the loop. So we're going to go ahead and go back through the loop again. We just rode through it this last weekend and it was much better. So here we are, we're going to go back through our loop again. You see he's picking up his leads quite well. The canter is coming along really nicely. I didn't quite have enough to get that last piece. So there I go, we're going to go to trot. Then we're going to do our lengthening from across from F. So we have our lengthening again. And then we're going to go all the way back up to H. And then this is the end of the test, so then we're going to come around to B. We're going to do a half loop, or a half circle, half 10-meter circle at B, and then we're going to finish at G. So not too bad. I mean, we had a few bobbles here and there, but you know, when you ride through a test for the first or second time, trying to put all the pieces together when you're training on pieces and you're not training on the test, it's a pretty good learning curve. But he did really well. I was very pleased with this test. He rode it through. The following week we did much better, and you know, so now we're just working on improving the different pieces. So you can see here he's pretty pleased with himself. Nice relaxed walk. So pretty happy with it.